Hola estudiantes, ahora estamos en el capítulo 4. Después del capítulo 4, solamente tenemos 2 capítulos más. Estamos a la mitad de la clase. All right, chapter 4. After this, we only have 2 more chapters. So we're halfway through the class already. So quick. I'm going to apologize right now up front. I have a terrible, horrible head cold, and so I hope I don't sneeze. I hope I don't cough. It's more than likely I will. I've been battling it all week. So I want to say first, and I know I already sent out a message about this, but I want to say it again anyway, that I was super excited by how well you guys all did on the exams, on the first exam. They were really fabulous. And like I said in the message that I sent, I find that to be true. In the summer sessions, I think that because it's so intensive and you have to concentrate on this like all week long, you don't have breaks, you tend to absorb the language better. You tend to work better with it, and that really showed through on your exams. So I congratulate you, and I love reading exams that are good like that. Now that you have finished Capítulo 3, I will be grading your forum posts, so your first sets of forum posts, composition forums, so from the introduction and then capítulo 1, 2, y 3, okay? So, and then we'll see how we're at with writing in Spanish too. I've been looking over them here and there just to make sure that people are doing what they're supposed to do. And of course, there's always some issues, and I'll make comments and corrections as I do it. What I do is I copy all the forum posts into a Word file with the rubric, and then I make corrections within the file. So you have what you wrote, and you'll have my correction next to it in parentheses so that you can see what the correct way of doing it is. So hopefully that'll help you with moving forward and doing the rest of the forum posts. Now, I will say it does take me a few days to do those. It is a lot of grading to be doing. So be patient. Again, I generally say give me about a week for the grading. If you noticed, it really doesn't take that long, but just in case something comes up, that's why I like to say that amount of time. So, capítulo 4. En capítulo 4 hablamos de la familia. Okay, so chapter 4 vocabulary is la familia, the family, y el ocio, okay, and leisure time. So this is a fun chapter. I keep saying that chapter after chapter, but I really love Spanish vocabulary, and I love being able to build on things. So now you can talk about your family. Of course, you already did that in the forum post. I do this a little bit as you have gotten past the first 2 chapters because I want you to push yourselves. You know, so your forum post for capítulo 3 was actually over la familia. And your forum post this time is over la casa de mis sueños, the house of my dreams. And that vocabulary is capítulo 5. So if you need help, look ahead. But this kind of makes you keep pushing and pushing and pushing forward. So vocabulary exercises in capítulo 4 should be easier, right? You've already done some of the vocab. Okay. Grammar is pretty extensive in this chapter, which if you've been watching my little mini lectures and looking at the PowerPoint, you've already seen that. You have quite a bit of new introduction to verbs. You have verbos que cambia la raíz, so stem changing verbs. And these are verbs that when you conjugate them in the present tense, change the stem. So normally, you know, you take the verb, you drop the AR, ER, or IR and add the ending. But with these verbs, you're changing the stem, so changing that first part in verbs that fall within the boot. And you'll see better what that means when you look at the PowerPoint and when you look, if you watch my video lectures. The other major grammar point in capítulo 4 is direct objects and direct object pronouns. So we'll be learning about how you use and place direct objects in Spanish, the use of the a personal. So you have to have an a before a direct object that is a person. And then you'll be learning about direct object pronouns. So how you can substitute a pronoun for the direct object. And an example I have in the PowerPoint is, if somebody asked you, do you play the piano? Yes, I play the piano. Perfectly good response. But if you kept talking, you wouldn't keep saying, my brother also plays the piano. We both love to play the piano. The piano makes, so you would substitute something for the piano. And that's what we're doing. We're learning the direct objects like it, he, she, how you use those as direct objects in a sentence, where they're placed and what they are. So it's pretty extensive grammar points. And as I say in my note, excuse me, on the calendar on my Spanish lab, take time to go through the tutorials and the PowerPoints. I want to make sure you get these grammar concepts, okay? The object pronouns are something that a lot of students struggle with, and so just take some time to make sure you get it. I am going to send out an announcement. I'm going to try and have a live online session either later in the week or sometime over the weekend. It won't be a structured lecture. I have the recorded lecture, so I don't really think that a structured lecture at this point is necessary. It'll be more to go over questions and concepts, and also just so if you want some FaceTime with me, because coming up at the very end of Capítulo 5, you will all be doing your oral exam via Skype with me. And it might be nice, excuse me, for you to be able to have a little bit of direct contact with me. I know you see me in these videos, but to see my face and talk to me real time could be nice. So I'll either do that via my Adobe Connect office, or I'll set up a Google Hangout where you guys can come and sit and chat with me and ask questions and get to know me a little bit. But for now, let's get going with Capítulo 4. Don't forget all of your homework. The best way to follow what you need to do is go through each section of the module. Make sure you complete it all. Do the checklist at the end. At the end of Capítulo 4, you have your second exam. So you'll be 2/3 of the way done. You'll have 2 out of your 3 exams done. If you have any questions, you always know where to find us. Adios.